There's a new problem facing Capitol Hill. It's not Hurricane Sandy, presidential appointments, or even gun control. The problem starts here, at a youth football practice. A sport that America has embraced for over a century is causing a serious medical problem in players of all ages. This includes players at the collegiate level, and most notably on football's largest stage, the NFL. Concussions have become football's #1 injury. At this rate, many believe football is becoming too dangerous. In Washington, lawmakers have realized that something must be done in order to ensure the safety of players at all levels. While this medical problem is widespread across many sports, it is most common and most obvious in football. It is estimated that over 60% of all athletes who take part in either youth, high school, college, or professional football receive a concussion at some point during their careers. This problem is so serious, in fact, that it's estimated that one player in every single high school football game receives a concussion. However, the problem does not stop in high school. The NFL has seen the most severe of all concussion issues. According to Concussion Watch, a database that keeps track of all NFL concussions, there were 9.2 concussions suffered per week during the 2012 NFL season. That's not even the worst statistic. 54% of NFL players said that they would hide concussion symptoms in order to play in the next week's game. This leaves players subject to long-term side effects, memory loss, dementia, and countless other brain injuries. Take this hit on 49ers quarterback Alex Smith, which left him concussed. This opened the door for his backup to take the starting job. The NFL has made it very clear, either play or lose your job, even if that means playing injured or with a concussion. It makes sense why Washington would respond to such a glaring health issue. In an interview with the New Republic, President Obama was quoted responding to questions regarding concussion safety, stating, "If I had a son, I would have to think long and hard before I let him play football." And he's not alone in this fear. An ESPN survey revealed that 57% of parents say that concussion research has made them less likely to let their children participate in football. It's obvious that if football's popularity is going to be sustained, there have to be changes. Currently leading this crusade against concussions is Tom Udall, a first-term Democratic senator from New Mexico, who also served in the House of Representatives for 10 years for New Mexico prior to his election as senator. Senator Udall has been an advocate for children's sports safety, especially in the field of concussions. On March 16th of 2011, Senator Udall introduced the Children's Sports Athletic Equipment Safety Act, a groundbreaking piece of legislation attacking the problem of concussions in sports, and more specifically in football. The bill's stated purpose is to encourage and ensure the use of safe football helmets. In the second section of his bill, Senator Udall lists his findings regarding concussions in youth and high school sports, such as the fact that 920,000 football players under the age of 18 were treated for concussions in 2007. Many ask how this can be stopped. Udall offers a plan. He attacks helmet manufacturers, calling for huge reform in the form of the implementation of new standards in helmet safety. The third section of the bill makes allegations that helmet companies falsely certify unusable helmets, place warning labels under padding in order to conceal them, and also make misleading claims in order to sell their products. This legislation threatens to change the game completely for helmet companies around the country. It could mean huge costs in developing new helmets and properly ensuring the safety of the ones already on the market. Major helmet companies took notice, including the official helmet provider of the NFL, Rydell. Scared of lawsuits because of the new legislation, Rydell, for the first time in their history, paid $80,000 to a Washington lobbying firm. This lobbying action was in direct response to criticism from both Udall and other sponsors of the bill, saying that Rydell falsely advertised its Rydell Revolution helmet, saying it reduced the risk of concussions with no real scientific evidence. Rydell's 2010 advertisements claim that the new helmet reduced concussions by 31%.
Research published in the February 2006 issue of Neurosurgery reveals that players wearing the Rydell Revolution were 31% less likely to suffer a concussion than those wearing traditional football helmets. The study, conducted by the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, evaluated more than 2,000 high school football players over a 3-year period to determine the rate of concussions for players wearing Riddell's new Revolution helmet versus traditional helmets. The helmet design was based on extensive research funded by NFL charities. Since the launch of the Revolution, over 750,000 football players have made the switch. Now the best just got better. Introducing the Riddell Revolution IQ helmet, which combines advanced fitting and a quick-release face guard attachment. The Ideal Fit liner system provides unsurpassed comfort and stability by a specially engineered inflation system that, when inflated, pivots the True Curve back pad, cradling the rear of the head. Combined with True Curve front padding technology, Ideal Fit delivers the comfort and secure fit that players demand. In addition, the Revolution IQ offers a patented quick-release face guard attachment system. This allows for rapid and easy player access by simply releasing 2 pins. The combination of these 2 new technologies is the latest offering in state-of-the-art football head protection pioneered by Riddell.
Riddell's lofty claim that their helmets reduced concussions was quickly proven incorrect. Riddell boasted that their new helmet's chin pads were the main cause for this decrease in concussions. Mark Picott of AmeriCorps Laboratories stated that no one has ever gotten a concussion from a blow to the chin. Therefore, Riddell had been falsely advertising their new Riddell Revolution helmet. 2,500 lawsuits later, Riddell took the helmet off the market. Senator Udall's accusations had been correct. Riddell has since re-released the Revolution IQ, however they have updated the marketing. They claim that no helmet can prevent serious head or neck injuries that a player might receive while participating in football. Although the bill stalled and was never voted on after it was referred to the House Committee on Energy and Commerce, Udall scared Riddell into hiring lobbying help and changed the way it markets its products. Senator Udall's second victim was the National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment, or NOCSA. He gave them 9 months to come up with new, stricter, nationwide standards that address the concussion risks of young players. If not, the Consumer Product Safety Commission would make regulations for them. Udall made his message clear: do your job or we'll do it for you. After being directly attacked by the government for the first time in NOCSA's 40-year career, Executive Director Mike Oliver decided to hire an outside lobbying firm, Locklord Strategies, to deal with their lack of experience in DC. At the time of the proposed legislation, NOCSA's only required test of a football helmet was a 60-inch free fall drop. This is primitive compared to their testing standards used for lacrosse and hockey, which require the helmets to undergo concussion-causing forces, such as a hockey puck hitting a helmet. Immediately after this legislation was proposed, and they hired the lobbying firm, NOCSA released a 13-page newsletter outlining their commitment to concussion prevention and their promise to stricter testing standards. In response to Udall's call for new testing systems, they even included an experimental section which outlined their new testing technology, which would incorporate a linear impactor, which would ram into helmets at high speeds, simulating any sort of football tackle or hit which could cause concussions. Serious progress has been made thanks to Senator Udall's proposal. The bill has died, however both helmet manufacturers and NOCSA have made necessary changes that can aid in keeping athletes safe from concussions. However, more needs to be done. Although Congress did not pass the Children's Sports Equipment Safety Act, there are laws being passed on the state level, most notably the Zachary Lidstedt law, named after a young athlete who incurred serious brain damage after attempting to return to football too soon after his concussion. Zachary Lidstedt law forces a coach to remove any player from a game that looks to be demonstrating any symptom of concussion or head injury. This player cannot return until being cleared by a doctor. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has fully supported all concussion legislation, including Senator Udall's bill. However, recognizing the failure of a national concussion bill, Goodell has turned his efforts towards passing the Zachary Lidstedt bill in every state in the country. He spent an NFL record $1.62 million in 2011 in order to persuade state governments to adopt this much-needed concussion law. Commissioner Goodell and the NFL lobbying firms sent letters to 19 governors asking them to implement this law. There are now only 9 states where the law is not yet in action. It's efforts like these by the government and private organizations that will make a difference and sustain the safety and popularity of football for years to come.